It's the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light. Hey, you Hebrews, you Israelites. How come y'all let other people tell y'all who you is? Why you do that? Why do you allow that? I mean, think about it when I'm asking you. Why do you let other people tell you who you are? That's why I call you so-called blacks, because that's what you're called by the world. Now, who called you that? Did y'all people come up with that? You so-called blacks. Did your people come up with that name, black, and start calling themselves that? Or were they called that and then they took on that name? Now, I got a question for you, so-called black person. Your baby, your child, when they go to school, do you let the kids call your child whatever the hell they want to? Do you let the teacher call your child whatever the hell they want to? Or do they call your child by their name because that's the name you gave them? Huh? Now, whatever you have told that child, which is your child, that they are, if someone else comes and tells that child that there's something else and the child comes crying to you, what do? Do you say to that child, oh, it's okay, honey. Let them call you whatever they want. And it's okay if he's calling you stupid or ugly. Go ahead and say I am stupid. If he calls you stupid, go ahead and say it. Take it on. Love your enemies, man. Come on. Bend over backwards for everybody and everything. That's not what the fuck you're going to teach your kid. Is it? Is it? Now you may teach your child, well, forgive that nigga for his ignorance, my child. But you is this. That's what you gonna say. This is who you are. So forgive them for their ignorant asses. Don't take it personal what they've said to you. Why did you believe them? That's what you're going to say. The same thing I'm saying to you is the same thing that you would say to your child. Do y'all understand this shit? So then who told me to ask y'all the question then? It wouldn't happen to be Abba, would it? Because like we've just figured out and found out and revealed that this is what a father would say to his own child that came home and said, hey, my teacher told me I'm slow and stupid. You're going to go, well, yeah, you are, so you might as well just receive that, son, and become that. That's not what the father would say. He would say, I know you. I know you. That teacher don't know you, so why do you care what that teacher thinks and feels about you? Why do you care about their opinion? I'm your father. Now repeat after me. I am smart. That's simple. Now, what do you think Abba would do for us, given that his name is I am? He says, take up your cross and follow after me. I am. So talk like I talk. Well, what did you say? I am the way. I am the life. I am the living bread. I am the true vine. These are all I am affirmations of Yahusha, by the way. Oh, wait. Y'all gonna see and see if I'm making it up. I thought y'all all knew Yahusha. Y'all didn't know that? Okay, then. Well, if you know it, then act like you know it. Because like I said, who came up with Negro, colored? Who came up with these terms? So then why do you accept them? That's the question. Can you answer that shit? Just because you were told it, you accept it? Okay, so you're a dog now? You just accept what the hell you hear. Sit! Okay. Your name's Barney now. Okay. Shit outside in the grass, Barney. Okay. Get off the table and eat your food down here in this bowl, Barney. Okay. Are you serious? Because when somebody just comes in and says, hey guys, hey, nation of people, gather around. You're not going to be called by the name you guys call yourself by anymore. I've decided that you guys are going to be called black. Okay, sure. What? Y'all gonna go for that still? In 2022, after all of this understanding and knowledge Abba Yah has blessed us with, y'all are still going to go for that? Y'all are still going to let other people decide what you are? Well, then, how do you do anything in life? The same way. If you let someone tell you what you are, then you'll let your wife tell you who you are. You'll let your kids tell you who you are. You'll let your job tell you who you are. You'll let a magazine tell you who you are. You'll let a show tell you who you are. You'll let a song tell you who you are. You'll let a liar tell you who you are. You'll let an Edomite tell you who you are. You'll let an Elamite tell you who you are. You let a Syrianite tell you who you are. Shit. You'll let anybody just make up some shit and say, these niggas over here, they let you just call them what you want. And if they think it's cool, they'll accept it. What the fuck? Whew, boy, what an astonishment the Negro became when he became a Negro. Damn. See, because don't you know when you take on someone else's identity, you're taking on their thoughts and feelings of that identity? So whoever came up with black, now who came up with that? Well, whose language we talking? That's right. Romanized language. Rome, Edom, an Edomite language is what you're speaking, in other words. White people. Yep, a Caucasoid language. That's what you're speaking. So they came up with this term. Why the hell would you let this nigga tell you what you are? He's lying about who he is. Y'all tell me when I start lying. Tell me when I tell y'all a fib. He's lying about who he is. So how the hell can he tell you the truth about who you are? And he's only lying about who he is so that you don't know who you are. That's it. Oh, boy. But a tree is known by its fruit, which means if I look at a tree, I just look at the fruits and say, oh, that must be that guy. So when I look at Esau, I just look at the fruits of the people on the earth that match Esau's traits. That's all we got to do here. Then when I want to know who Israel is, I look at the traits that match Israel. Read Deuteronomy 28 and see if the sign, as it calls it, don't match the Negroes you call them. So now, if Abba gave you an identity, then how the hell you choose somebody else's? Well, what does Abba Yah say in his word? You shall discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee. Oh my goodness. Do y'all hear the clarity of Abba Yah's words and what I'm telling you today? If there's any discrepancy, please let me know. Please let me know if there's any shady areas or gray areas where you guys ain't getting no clarity here. He says, y'all shall discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee. Oh my goodness. So who gave us our heritage? Israel. Abba Yah did. So when he took it away, we were just susceptible for somebody else to tell us who we were, because that's the kind of people we are. Abba Yah knew that. So he tried to protect us and gather us like a hen does her chicks, but we would not. It is written. Oh my God. Whew. I'm just bubbling like a pot. I'm just a bubbling like a pot. I'm just bubbling like a pot. I'm percolating like I'm bubbling like a pot. I'm percolating. I'm bubbling like a pot. I'm percolating. I'm bubbling like a pot. I'm percolating. The Ruach HaKodesh got me bubbling like a pot and I'm percolating. Because I just can't understand how anybody could hear this that calls themselves a so-called black person or a Negro could hear this and not stop and say, wait a minute. I ain't willing to let my identity be determined by somebody else, especially somebody else who cannot even relate to me because he doesn't have my characteristics. God says there are two manner of people. So how in the hell are we relatable? We're not. So then why the hell don't y'all understand that? Why y'all want to accept it? We ain't the same way. We don't dress the same. We don't dance the same. We don't walk the same. We don't talk the same. We don't wear our hair the same. Our hair ain't the same. Our skin ain't the same. Our musculature ain't the same. Our spirit ain't the same. Our heart ain't the same. Our 7 chakras aren't set up the same. Don't y'all understand that? 2 manner of people, 2 nations are in thy womb. One shall be stronger than the other. And y'all don't want to accept it still to this day. You still want to be a melting pot. How the hell do you put 2 different things that are completely different together and think it's going to match? How do you think? He says it's different. Why do y'all think it's the same? I hear you guys all the time. And I'm just going to keep it real. Especially the Edomites. When you listen to them talk about the world, you'll hear them often say, it doesn't matter, man. We all bleed red. We're all one people. Where the fuck were you when they were hanging niggas off of ropes? Where the fuck were you the hundreds of years when my people were in slavery getting the skin whipped off their back? Where the fuck were you when a nigga ain't had shit? Where the fuck was you when a nigga ain't had shit? Big ups to my nigga Boss Game Blade for that shit. That nigga Boss Game Blade said, what the fuck was you when a nigga ain't had shit? Huh? Where were you? We all bleed red. Don't hang him up there. We all bleed red. Don't kill that sister. We all bleed red. Where the fuck were y'all then? So don't come around now trying to act like you guys are all one big happy family with us, because it ain't never been. It won't never be. But let's prove that it ain't gonna never be. Let's prove it. Edomites, do you like that I'm telling this truth today? Does it make you feel good that I'm telling? Does it give you a great relief to hear what I'm telling you today? Let's make it even clearer so therefore it ain't no discrepancies. If you are of European descent today, are you relieved to hear this news? Does it give you great relief? No, it doesn't. Why? Maybe because we're 2 manner of people. One of us will celebrate while the other one mourns. Now, what did Yahusha say? Indeed, you shall have tribulation now in this world. You shall have sorrow. You shall mourn now, but blessed are those that mourn. Come on, master! He said, woe unto the rich, for they have their consolation. Oh my goodness! He is decking these heathens with the truth. Y'all got y'all consolation right now. So how the hell do you think you're going to have some consolation in this truth that I'm giving you? See? You have your consolation, which is your money. That's Europeans' consolation. That is the Arabs' consolation. That is the Asian person's consolation. The Africans and everybody else has made money off of you. And if you think they haven't made money off of you, let's just do a little research project, okay? All of you who are listening to me right now, do you live near an inner city? Like Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, what else? Cincinnati, what else? Dallas, I don't know. Whatever the other hoods that y'all know about. Cities like that. What we call the hood. Go to the hood and let's do a research project. I want you to tell me who owns all the liquor stores in the so-called Negroes neighborhoods. Write it down on a piece of paper. And then we're going to go back to Psalm 83 like we did on the last video and see if any of this shit match up. Who owns the liquor stores? Who owns the gas stations? Okay, write them on your paper. Remember, this is in the hood where the Negroes live, the so-called Negroes, okay? The so-called black community. In those communities, let's see. Who owns the beauty supply stores? Write that nation down on your piece of paper. Now, I'm not saying who owns it. I want you to write it down so we can compare our notes at the end of this and see if they match. And then we'll see if truth is truth or lie, if it's a lie. Let's go. We got beauty supplies down there, right? Who owns that? Okay, now if you go to any motel, who owns the motel in the hood? Write that nigga down on a piece of paper. Who owns all the motels? Alrighty then. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Uh-huh. Now, who owns all the banks? Write him down on your piece of paper there. Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Well, let's stop right there. Now, if we look at our piece of paper, when we got to the liquor stores and gas stations, did we happen to say an Arab owns that place? Wow, that's interesting. It's not like we ever had this conversation before, so how the hell do we know that? Because we're doing a research project so that we can do a hypothesis and then come to a conclusion, right? All right. Arab. That's what I put on mine. Is that what you put on yours? Cha-ching, check. All right. Beauty supply. The damn Asians. Koreans. Is that what's on your paper? Clickety click, Cinderella time. Ding. All right. Look at all the Koreans wearing the damn Cinderella slippers right now. Okay, what was the last one we said? What was it? The banks? Who owns all the banks? Is it the Jewish? Ka-cling! Some type of European? Ka-cling! Zappity zap, Cinderella time. Ding! Look at this shit. How come ain't none of this shit that we've asked said Negroes own this shit? Because we told you they took care of the council how to make merchandise off of you. It's an agreement, man. How is it that I was in Memphis? I'll just tell you guys personally. How is it that I'm in the city of Memphis, Tennessee? I'm in a location where there are 3 motels. I'm on a street called Stockbridge. No, not Stockbridge. It's called Sycamore View. Sycamore View in Memphis, Tennessee. There is a Motel 6 there. There is a what the hell was that shit? Budgetel right there. There was there's some other shit right there. Y'all can't think of it right now. But there's some other Roadway Inn, I think one of them is called. It's a couple of motels there. Well, all of them are owned. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said motels. That's what I forgot. They're owned by Pakistanis. Now, recently, I was in a motel right here in the city I'm in right now. And guess who owned it? Pakistanis own that shit. So you're telling me Memphis, Tennessee, and Detroit, Michigan, there are 2 of the same type of businesses owned by the same nation of people who are not even indigenous to this land? Yet they are business owners across the nation? Arabs own the liquor stores across the fucking nation? That's what y'all are telling me, and they're not even indigenous to this land? How did they come up with this? All the beauty supplies are owned by Asians, but yet they're not indigenous to this land? Y'all don't see the fucking game they done pulled on your ass? They came to the land flowing with milk and honey. Which is what? You're flowing with milk and honey, and they are just sucking the milk and honey out of your ass every time you get paid. Tell me it ain't the truth. So, let's see. The truth is what sets you free. And usually when you get told the truth, you have gratitude for being set free. Y'all see that? So ain't it strange when you're going to get hated on for doing the thing that sets people free? Uh-huh. Like I said, the so-called Negroes, a lot of them, oh, don't be worried, enemy. Your trick worked on a lot of them. Okay, so it's probably why you're sitting back, eating your fat bag, having a good-ass time at your barbecue, clapping your Coors Light together, smoking your Marlboros, feeling good. Because the little trick worked on a whole bunch of the damn people. They still hate being told they're good. Or not good, let me rephrase that. Being told that they're valuable. Okay, so it worked. When you told them they weren't, I guess a lot of them fell for it. But I didn't. Alrighty then. So what the fuck y'all gonna do now? You can't, if the lie don't work no more, what else do you got? Nothing. There's nothing else that will work once I know what you're doing. Remember how they said we're not fighting a fight against flesh and blood? Nope. You're not. You're fighting a battle for possession of yourself. of your being. Do you hear me? Please listen to me, Israel. Please listen to me, and you will greatly, greatly, greatly benefit. This is a war for your being. You are one solitary being talked to by many outside illusions to try to break your foundation of who you are. That's it. And you don't have to believe who you are. Keep listening to your brother. You don't have to believe who you are based on what they say about you. You don't have to believe you're valuable because of something. You don't. Just do it. Just believe it. Just because it ain't gonna kill you to do so. Just because it won't hurt you to do it. It won't have an adverse effect on you to do it. That's why you should. It is completely harmless, yet wise, to do what I'm telling you. To simply decide for yourself today to say, white people, y'all tried to tell me who I was. I don't believe you anymore. That's all. Don't take that shit personal. Why are you mad? Why do you want to control me and y'all? Why do you want that? Why is not you and your tribe enough? What y'all think about yourself is enough. Why do you have to control what we think about us too? Why? Why do y'all nations have to have an invested interest in what we feel about ourselves as so-called Negroes? Why is it so important to you that we hate ourselves? Why? Is it because you truly hate yourself? Because you're rejected by God? Is that why you hate us? You gotta make it make sense today. Y'all gonna have to make this shit make sense today. I've got y'all down in the Valley of Jehoshaphat asking you some serious questions today. Can y'all answer this shit? Why is it so important to you? What black folk is doing, and you call them? Why is it so important to you? What they doing? Why does it matter to you? The richest people in the fucking world, but won't separate themselves from everybody else and just go some fucking where and enjoy your riches. They won't do it. Why? Why do you have to go to someone else's place and enjoy your life? Why can't you go where your ass is supposed to be? Huh? I'll ask you. You Edomites. You with your so-called white folk. Where are y'all indigenous to? What land are y'all indigenous to? You just tell me. Now, would it be wrong for me to say, take your ass back there? Is that wrong for me to say that? You tell me, where is your indigenous home? Where do you originate? Didn't God give everybody land? Ain't he the creator? Don't he love everybody, you say? Well, didn't he give everybody some land by inheritance? Didn't he? Well, why are you jumping around on everybody else shit? Where is yours? And then maybe by the time you figure out your own shit and what you got going on, then maybe you can come back to the table and talk about what we doing over here as so-called black people. But if you can't keep your own house clean, then how the fuck you gonna clean somebody else's shit, you fucking hypocrites? Y'all always got an opinion. Why? But you can't take opinions about you. Y'all can't take the opinions of others, but you sure can hand them out. That's very interesting. That's very fucking interesting, because watch this. Y'all got comfortable calling yourselves so-called white people, right? Okay, now what if I just decided today to call y'all bastards? I would probably get my channel striked. It would probably get taken down. You guys would get in your feelings and get all sad and hurt and ready to fucking cry. Well, how do you think it feels to be called black? Since you say we're all one and you love everybody, let me hear it today then. How do you think it would be? How do you think it would feel to be called black? Anybody that's not a so-called black person, how do you think it would be? It would feel to be called that when you know what black means. How do you think it would feel? Well, you say you love me. Well, then stop saying it. Stop calling me a hurtful name then. Let's see if y'all will do it before before these bullets rain down on your ass. And I ain't talking about no fucking steel bullets neither. I'm talking about fire and brimstone you can't quench. Let's see if you wanna do it. Cause your asses is lined up like the fucking how the Germans used to do and get the fake ass Jewish and line them up and shit and have a shooting squad or whatever the hell they call that shit, a firing squad or whatever the hell they call that shit. That's how Abba got you niggas right now, man. He got y'all balls to the fucking wall and y'all can't fucking move, man. So you may as well admit your fault and just say it. Hold on. I said my black brother and I thought I was uplifting that guy. When I found out what black means, I really understood what the fuck I was really fucking saying. I'm saying some despicable, fucking hateful, nasty shit. That's like me going up to your wife and just saying, hey, bitch. When you say, hey, black guy. That's like me going up and saying, hey, bitch, to your wife right in front of your face, nigga. Calling my children black, nigga. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Ain't shit black about my children, nigga. That's how I feel about that shit. And you wouldn't like me calling yours that shit neither. So how the fuck the whole world can call mine that? And it's fair. That shit is called iniquity, nigga. And we ain't playing that shit no more. Not in this house. We not. We not, nigga. Because if you call any of mine by out of their name, I'm gonna correct your ass straight to your throat, bitch. I'm gonna correct your ass harshly. I'm gonna make you feel like shit, too. Because that's how it make me feel to say that shit, nigga. You reap what the fuck you sow, nigga. And for all of y'all that's been doing it ignorantly, then you better wake the fuck up today. You better take this medicine and swallow the fuck down and get healthy. I tell you that right now. Because we not playing this shit no more, nigga. You gonna get the wrath of y'all, you light one of these elect, nigga. Because they gonna look you in your eye and they gonna tell you a fucking liar, nigga. They gonna hang your ass up by your fucking ankle just like I told your ass. And they gonna leave your ass there until you dried up like a fucking prune, nigga.